everyone's in the same place. Okay, I was wondering if you were going to be in different spots with the names, but yes. Okay, we are back in Icewind Dale and Mockingbird.
Oh boy.
Do tell us what happened last week. Hey, Scrappy.
You want the recap?
Please, yes, please.
Yes. All right, cool. Let me pull that up real quick. So, last time on Icewind Dale Z, after a brief stint of doing odd jobs and getting to know the town.
What I'm drinking. Damn it.
Yes. The four quote-unquote heroes found information about their recent murders related to the lottery system in the major towns of Icewind Dale.
Right.
They found that the likely next target, a local trader, was in town. Mm-hmm. And after some deliberation in the group, they decided to protect him and his mother. Mockingbird opted to wait in the mead hall and act as a set of eyes for when the reported killer entered the town, while the others opted to rest and keep watch at the soon-to-be target's home. Mm-hmm. And that's where we left off.
Indeed. Oh, your timing was perfect. So just as you finished the recap, the music just came in.
Sick.
Pro recap right there. Thank you very much.
Got that DM talent on lock.
Okay. Yeah, you didn't even get to see the countdown on Sirenscape like I can. I can watch the countdown and time it. Okay. Thank you. Sirenscape does that from time to time. I've got a clip from Curse of Strahd last week where Sirenscape was very, very obliging. It's just like
can the stream hear Sirenscape or?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They get
perfect.
They get my feed.
Oscar music swell.
Yes. Okay. So we find ourselves looking down on the streets of Goodmead, the lanterns dancing in the piercing wind, and you all awaken. 3 of you at Madame Dustbuckle's, and 1 at the mead hall. Ismay and his mother stir also, thankfully devoid of any ice daggers thrust into their person. So,
I mean, I saw the whole thing.
Job's done. Well done. We can all pack this up and go home. Congratulations.
Neat. Bye.
I have a feeling that's not accurate, but
your senses are your frostforged senses are tingling. Okay, so yes, you awaken. Now remember, you awaken, but it is still dark. Okay, remember, just that few hours, the 4 hours around midday, are the only hours that get any kind of light at all, and it's still twilight in those hours as well. And you get that then, but in the morning here, it's that horrible winter. We all get it here in Japan too, where you wake up in the morning and it's still pitch black and freezing cold, and you're just like, ugh, no, thank you. So,
is it the same temperature all throughout those non-twilight hours? Is it just dips?
Pretty much. Yeah. I mean, I think and even the upper range of the temperature is still unbearable. So you do need that cold weather clothing, which you all have. Some stuffed about your mechanical parts more than others. Okay.
I'm really not even sure how to get it off. I hope it doesn't become summer. That would be unfortunate for me.
Yes, you need to definitely go into the shop on that day.
Wardrobe difficulties.
Okay, so here we are in the morning, the dark, dark morning of Goodmead in Icewind Dale. Today is the day you've been told that Torg's caravan will be coming into town from East Haven. And with that caravan is the owner, Torger, the shady shield dwarf, who is the merchant and the owner of that enterprise. But the person that you've been tipped off about and warned to look for is her bodyguard, one Sefik Caltro, who your patron an ex-bounty hunter dwarf who met you at the mead hall here in Goodmead and hired your services. She believes that this is the culprit of the cold-hearted killer murders. Shame about them killings.
Shame about them killings, eh?
And you were told that they were heading your way and were due to be in town come the end of the day, kind of early evening time. Let's start...
Of the previous day or of this day?
This
Today.
Yes, of this
Right,
day.
okay.
So you have some time on your hands still. Now, Mockingbird, let's start with you at the mead hall. Okay, you woke up early. You went to sleep early. You wanted to kind of backload that 6-hour slot, right? And wake up early.
Yeah.
And see if there was any advanced party. Any vanguard coming up with the caravan. But it just seems to be a regular morning. You don't see any activity, particularly as morning comes. You do see the odd bundled up, scurrying figure moving from building to building as the day starts. Nobody headed your way, nobody getting quite that early in the start.
Have I seen this figure or anything like it before in my brief time here, or is that a first?
All the time. That's the problem with Icewind Dale is everyone looks basically the same except for their height. They're just bundles of furs dashing up and down the roads. But you have been told that this Sefik fella doesn't bother with all those clothes. He doesn't seem affected by the cold in some way, and he just strides around in kind of sailor's clothes, short sleeves, happy as he likes, and doesn't seem to need the protective layers that everyone else does.
Right. Well, I think in the interim from last session, with some of the information that I received, I'm going to change plans, and I will get my outer layers on.
Okay.
And slowly start making my way out, keeping a careful eye open, although I probably can't see that far in any direction.
No.
And I'll start making my way back towards the cabin or house where
the house,
the others are.
Absolutely. Yeah. Now, remember the other there are the lanterns are lit. There are whale oil lanterns throughout the main street, but as you go off the side streets, yes. Do you have any dark vision?
I do not believe so. I've got my character sheet here. Senses? No, I do not.
Okay. I'm afraid, yeah. So as you go off the main street, away from those flickering lanterns, it gets very dark, and you start to kind of like run your hand along the wall to keep track. You remember how many houses down it was on this one particular side street that you were aiming for, and you stop abruptly as there's a sound at your approach, and you remember the large, ill-tempered axebeak tethered outside the Dustbuckle's residence.
Okay, well, would I be able to, in pitch darkness, maneuver around that and get to the rude doorknob?
Seeing as you are up, Talon is also up. And at hearing the honk, you can't see him very well, but he is at the door, fixing the door.
Okay.
And he turns and says, go to your right. More? More? Alright, now walk forward. You should be... Not more, sorry. Okay.
Honor my katati.
Yes, good
all
meat,
right.
Good meat needs
Is this
katsu.
good?
Come forward.
Heated tables.
Alright.
And I'll start slowly walking forward. Keep your voice down.
No, it's fine. I'm changing the door. And he's like drawing on the door, and it's changing. You can see sort of this flash of energy, and a sheen goes over it. And then he goes, "Oh, it should be good now.
What does that mean? Is it a protective spell? What did you just do?
It'll let me know if somebody touches this door that isn't one of us. And what he's done, John, is he's ritual casted alarm on the door.
Okay. And you can set certain people to be okay with that.
You can designate which creatures that won't set off the alarm. So he's designating Mom,
Yep.
the party, and the sun.
Okay. Perfect.
And that's a mental alarm if I'm within 1 mile.
Okay.
I'll do it.
Well, I've received some information that I think the group might be interested in hearing. And I'm still not entirely convinced that we should go about this half-cocked. I think we need a plan. So why don't we go inside and talk with the others? Are they up yet?
Now, Mockingbird. I'm not sure if you're aware, but this is D&D, and you're traditionally speaking, your D&D party does not do anything with a plan. Come on, what are you doing?
Fair.
I mean, we've got all day. Let's go.
Doesn't need to be anything intricate. Maybe a trap here or two, or maybe luring somebody, or luring the target. But can't hurt to try. Anyways, why don't we go inside? I'm not quite built as you are.
Okay, and you duck in through the door, which, true to expectation, does not trigger anything when you touch it.
And I've also removed the "Hey, go fuck yourself" from the door.
Shame. I like
Mockingbird looks a little bit disappointed.
And I think Madame Dustbuckle was quite fond of it too. She said it. She did set it off on purpose a few times. Okay, and you duck in through the door, and the inside is much cheerier. There's a slightly larger fire for the number of people, and the firelight is dancing and off the walls in the residence here. And Madame Dustbuckle herself is pottering around with a big cast iron pot over the flames, and she's like, "Ah, Mockingbird, eh? Good morning."
Good morning. How are you today?
Grand. I've got the porridge on.
Fantastic. Thank you. Where are the others? Are they in this room, or are they?
I think everyone's right there. So,
Okay.
Mame, Garo, you see Mockingbird arrive.
Howdy.
Morning.
So probably best get this out in the open before or sooner rather than later. But I did receive some extra information last night. As it turns out, the target, the person who, well, not the target, the killer who is coming this way, we know a little bit about him, but it seems like he's acting more independent and apart from the group that they will be arriving with. There are a couple other shady characters in this group, but I believe that he will be acting on his own. At least if we can manage to, get him in solitude, then I think it would work better for us. I think we need to work careful with this group because there's at least one other individual in that group that could be dangerous.
One other individual? What do you mean?
I have reason to believe that Torga, the traitor who is coming through, is a rather dangerous individual, although she doesn't have any particular target in mind in this town, so to speak.
I mean, I assume that they're all dangerous. They seem to be smuggling some sort of illicit good. The question is, do they want to assist him with his assassination?
I do not believe so. I believe I have reason to believe that this individual who is targeting you, and I point towards the sun, is acting very much individually.
Oh, so that'll be easier for you to isolate and take care of him, right?
Yes. When he comes here to eventually complete the deed, we just...
No, we don't need to have the completion part.
No, I mean, he'll come here, and then we'll, I'll throw I'll make some fire from this part, and then throw it at his face, and then hopefully he dies? I don't know.
Sounds great. Yeah, thanks.
I've never tried this before, if I'm being honest with you, so it's really an experiment.
I didn't want to hear that.
Now, Mame, Garo, do you have any particular say in this? Is there anything that you think we could do to make this more efficient or safe?
Are we gonna be throwing down in their living room? Like,
That is a cause for
we're just
concern.
gonna tear up the place? We're throwing fireballs in the kitchen?
Madam
Is that the plan?
Madam Dustbuckle's like, look, do what you must to look after my little Ismay, but if you make a mess, you got to clear it up, all right?
Right.
Oh, dwarven rules.
So-
Yeah, of course.
Fair's fair.
But he's just saying he's never used this fireball before, so might blow up the whole house. So,
Oh.
I mean,
Well, Mame, can you open that door?
Sure. I go and open the door.
Fire. He will make a. You'll see like some fire, like kind of just start to come out of like a small red spot in his hand, and he like throws it out of the door into the ice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I guess it works. First time.
What the hell, man?
What was it?
right.
It's
That-
it's a cantrip firebolt.
Firebolt. Okay.
You're not quite.
There is
Never
a
mind.
there is a bellow of fear from outside, and there's a very tangible creaking as a large creature tries to pull away from the house that it is tethered to.
Now, Tom, I'm gonna need you to not do that again, please. It's a request, please.
Wait,
Yes.
then what am I supposed to do?
I don't have.
We
Yeah.
will take you at your word that you can throw fire outside on a dark night and scare creatures.
Need an axe beak sound. I've got this. Does this work? Yeah, that'll do.
Sounds pretty Jurassic.
It was a polar bear, but hey, it'll do.
Yeah, so maybe we shouldn't be throwing the fireballs in the house.
Maybe
I
wait
didn't. I
until
threw it
we're
out of the house.
No,
Yeah,
when
I'm
you are
just saying.
outside.
If push comes to shove, maybe we tango outside. You know?
Mame, as you go to close the door, a very angry axe beak head comes into shot in the view. It's like, "Ah."
I dodge.
It sees you. It's like, it remembers you from yesterday. It's like, you. I remember you.
Well, we do have
There's only room for-
information that would
Sorry, go on.
point to the fact that he isn't affected by cold. It may not be the
Mhm.
best to fight inside, but outside he would have an advantage in the environment. As would Tone.
Correct.
Now,
I mean,
could
I'm
pretty
fine
reliably.
ambushing here. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm fine with the ambush in here. I just want us all to be on the same page that we may need to do some carpentry afterwards. Just saying.
Like, Madam Dustbuckle
I
is
was
like,
thinking-
is there any way you can, like, I don't know, like get him isolated, get him out of the town, maybe, away from. I mean,
Yeah.
I was thinking.
we don't want innocents running around like my little
I mean-
Ismay.
He's going to go after Ismay. Like wherever we go, Ismay has to go with us, or we risk him getting,
We could
an early
I can
retirement.
pretty reliably lure this person to another location. We could move Ismay and keep him safe somewhere else, and lure this person
I mean, is
to.
I don't want to be bait.
there
What
like
you
a
talking about?
barn or?
You're either bait or you're dead.
I mean, you are bait.
I hate to, put you into that position, but you have to recognize that if it is as he says, and he is a servant of the Frostmaiden, then
Right.
he probably magically knows where you are. Just a guest of mine. So we should probably be with you at all times, and that means we can't leave until he comes to us.
Maybe it's like life force that he's after. Maybe if I go into the mead hall and hide amongst all the bees.
I'm not
That's
certain
an
that would
interesting
be-
hypothesis.
Let's put a pin in that.
I'm spitballing. I don't know.
Is there anywhere that any of you know of in town, maybe abandoned or otherwise, where we could abandoned during the end of the day, where we could lure this individual?
And the mother, she's like, yeah, well, I mean, since the winter's closed in, we've lost a bunch of folks from town. There's quite a few abandoned houses and the like.
What do
Yeah,
you
I
all
mean,
think?
he's in the axe beak business. Could we conjure some, I don't know, reason for him to go looking for, I don't know, more properties? He's looking at these places for some reason. I don't know.
Maybe he wants to move out of the house to leave his mom.
He lives in a different city.
Yeah, he lives in a different city, so I'm saying like.
I don't think we need a cover. I don't think that the gentleman is going to say, "Oh no, why is my target in an abandoned building?" I don't think he cares.
Yeah.
I think he wants to stab them.
All right,
Madam
so...
Dustbuckle's like, I think if you speak to the speaker, you know, and you might be able to arrange something. He likes you, Garrow, doesn't he?
Yeah, we get on.
Right, you slew that wild beast the other night, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Oh, cragcats are a dangerous one. You must be a mighty warrior.
You do seem to have some clout with the speaker. You could probably convince him to let us borrow some property for the day.
All right.
Now,
I assume I'm not mentioning that what's gonna go down there.
Mention
Saying,
only what you
"Oh,
have
we need
to.
we just need somewhere to have a picnic."
Ismay says, so what do you want me to do today?
Gird your loins.
Right.
I would think you would want to stay low and keep your head tucked between your legs today. There's no reason for you to go outside, and I don't think it'd be best for you to leave any of our sight.
Right. Well, I'll have to. Well, I mean, I'll stay here with Mother. Yeah. Just make sure you know you're back and around before that caravan arrives in town.
Well, they were supposed to arrive at the end of today, were they not? And I'll look towards the rest of the group.
I believe that is the case.
Yeah.
So we should probably, to be safe, if we are going to move you by midday before they're expected to arrive. Does that work with everyone else?
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Look, I don't know out about this kind of stuff, so I'll leave it to you. I trust that you know what's best.
Okay, so Garo, are you going to go alone and talk with the speaker?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I mean, I assume it's early in the morning, but the meat hall is open all the time? Yes?
He won't be there, you think?
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm like. It's the morning, so am I going to his house?
Yeah, you'd need to ask directions. I don't think you've figured out where that is yet, despite there's a tiny population, but I don't think it's that famous a spot.
Well, Tom, don't you know this town pretty well? Haven't you been here a while?
Tom does.
Yeah, yes, I've been here for quite some time.
Whereabouts the speaker's house?
Oh, it's the big one.
The
one that says.
Let me bring you over to the Goodmead map. Goodmead.
I guess that makes sense.
On the door, it says Kendrick Wild Sparrow, speaker.
All right.
Now.
And Toln describes the location of the speaker's house, which Josh does not know.
It's okay. I will show you. I believe if it. Oh, yeah, it does show it on the map. Good. I just need to put that on there for you. There you go. That one. Right.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, I guess I'll head on over there and knock on his door.
Mame, we have a
Morning
Mame,
request.
we have a very important question in chat, Mame. That magic ring of
Yes.
yours, is it around your leg?
Yes, it is. Because it doesn't fit on my feathered fingers.
Yeah.
It is on my leg. Thank you for asking.
On a talon. Nice.
Okay, let's have to zoom out a bit here, actually. So I'd say you guys at the moment are off. I said Madame Duskbuckles was down a side street. And now I'm looking at the map properly. There are actually many side streets here in Goodmaid. It is tiny. Super, super tiny. So I think her spot is over here. So there we go. Remember I said
That's the house that we're in?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is now. Actually, no.
John,
no. I had to redress that because I said that you were on the west side of town, didn't I? So yeah, you're over on this side. So you're actually close to the speakers. I'll say hers is this one out here.
Oh yeah, it's just a hop, skip, and a jump.
Yep.
All right.
And then the meat hall's back that way, and you, Mockingbird, you'd got a spot in the meat hall, but where you could still see that main road because it's actually off that main road. You can see there. So that's the map here. You know, off to the northeast there. That's going towards East Haven, and then down southwest is towards Dugan's Hull, where Mame wandered out of the bleak snows. Yes, a main street and a main street.
Okay. John, in the meantime, would it be possible for me to maybe acquire the materials to like set a snare or like a tripwire?
100%. Yeah, because I mean, they're quite close to the forest here, so they've got all the lumberjacks. You know, there's the guy that you know well, Shander Thruth, right? Yeah, Shander Thruth.
Yes, something
is
Shander.
The dwarven main kind of lumberjack guy. You know, they're one industry that's connected to the woods there, but the trappers are also very prevalent there.
Okay. In the meantime, while you're doing that, I'll head out and maybe procure some materials to set a trap or several in whatever house that we might be able to use for these purposes.
Watch out for crackheads.
I will do my best. Mame and Tolm, will you stay here and watch the target?
I'm just going to be casting that again on the surfaces, which I think are a risk. So
okay. Mame?
I will be trying to attain a white cloak or sheet to cover myself if I need to camouflage myself in the snow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so if we do this operation, I could be set outside underneath the cloak, camouflage with the snow, and
nice.
shoot whoever comes in the door with my arrow.
Yes.
With my bow with an arrow.
Okay. Well, that's what I'll be doing. I don't have much else I need to do today, so it would be just going and getting those hunting materials.
Okay. Garo, you're talking to the speaker, and anything else?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yep. Okay, Tom?
I'm going to...
Are you sticking with this, mate?
Yep, just gonna chill here.
Okay.
I know. The windows. They might come in through the and then he'll tinker with the windows a bit and try to lock them very well.
I think Madame Dustbuckles, she's seen you around town before and stuff, but she's still fascinated by, you're not a common thing, a common sight by any means, and so she's kind of like, haunting your footsteps, and you're always like 2 steps behind you.
I mean, I'm new to this as well, but it's not that uncommon. I've gotten used to it in the time I've been here.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Sorry, I was just fussing with something there. So yes, let's go with Garo first, I think. Would you like to head over to the speaker?
Yeah, let me get on all my coats, get all bundled up. Head out into the cold. I mean, it's a straight shot, so even though it's real dark, I'm pretty sure I can just kind of
Yes.
pay for it.
And those main streets, you know, the one that Madame Dustbuckles is on, going through to the northeast and then down to the meat hall, those are lit. And the speaker's house would definitely have lanterns out front.
Alright, well, I'll just aim for the biggest house.
So yeah, you head out, turn right,
on my way.
Crunch through the snow, and you arrive, and you see this large looking, but simple, modest house.
Are we assuming it's like 7 a.m., 8 a.m.?
It's probably around about 9 by now. You've had breakfast and stuff at the Dustbuckles. Yep.
Oh yeah, the porridge.
Still pitch black.
All right, so guess I'll head on up. And is there a knocker or a doorbell?
Yep, there is. There's a knocker. It's in the shape of a tankard. You see.
Oh, that makes sense. All right, so clonk, clonk, clonk.
All right, come in. And a very short time later, the door opens. He's like, Garo, I hope you haven't got too much of a head on after last night.
Oh, no, I'm good. How you doing?
I might have had 1 or 2 too many, but that's all right. It's got my courage up, and remember, next beastie that comes into town, mine. All right, you're not stealing, stealing all the glory. You after my job here, huh?
I will gladly step aside, sir. Let you do. Have that honor.
What can I do for you? You had breakfast?
Oh yeah, had some good old porridge this morning. Mighty hearty.
That warmed me up. Yeah. So, what are you after?
So, well, I was wondering if there was any abandoned buildings that I might procure for the day.
You're looking for a place to stay while you're in town?
Yeah. Maybe stretch my legs out a bit. Do some exercise.
All right, yeah. I tell you, I was quite surprised you were in the meat hall for as long as you were. I mean, the smell in there, first thing in the morning is not good. It's funny, you never notice it when you're drinking there at night, but first thing in the morning, I don't know, something about daytime in drinking establishments. It's like, it's strange.
Yeah, that honey glow wear off in the morning. I know what you mean.
To be honest, I don't know how they sleep in there with all that buzzing all night long. Don't the bees sleep? I don't know. Anyway, there's a few spots. I mean, unfortunately, times are harsh, and some folks have upped and left for the big cities, and others, well, to be frank, didn't make it. But I mean, there's a couple. The one up on the edges of town, the people tend to congregate in the middle, moving into spots that are open and the like. There's up on either way, northeast corner or round here. Me and the Dustbuckles are the only ones around this end, really.
What's up at you said the northeast?
Aye.
Is there any sort of big area? I'm looking to do some training, you see.
All right.
Need to do on my aerobatics and athleticism, for that next crack cat.
That's mine. Come on, you promised.
Oh, the next crack cat.
I see. Sorry, I wasn't quite lexically with it this morning, right. Let me think. Well, I mean, the one on the furthest outskirts of town there. That's the one you're probably after. It's on the lake shore. Not that you can tell because it's frozen and snowed over. But don't wander off to the east too much, eh?
Yeah, I think I passed by it. So, could I just lay up there for a while, me and my comrades?
So yeah, he's talking about this kind of cross-shaped.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, Chevy logo spot. That one's empty.
All right. Oh yeah, could I borrow that for the day?
It'd be rude of me to, to turf the hero of Goodmead, the mighty Cragcat Slayer, out onto the streets. No, of course.
You're too kind.
No,
Too kind, sir.
When you inevitably want to make it permanent, because Goodmead is such a lovely place to live, you will need to, purchase the property properly. But for now, it's all good.
Yeah. Of course. Well, I can't thank you enough. It's really gonna help me out, get my physique ready.
Oh, Grant. Well, tell you, I'm resting somewhat easier knowing that you folk are in town. It's, speaker's dream come true to have some useful types around. And
Yeah,
so
thank you.
that is
Hopefully we
sorted.
can keep being useful to you. So again,
thank you very much.
thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you kindly.
Come by if you need help, eh?
Yeah, of course. I'll have another drink with you.
Yeah, I'll see you tonight, eh?
Yeah, of course.
Splendid. Okay, so coming back down to the southwest corner of town.
Shuffle very quickly out of the.
Oh, so I suppose we were already there. Sorry, yeah. So you were down here at the speakers. So you just shuffle back up. Now, Mockingbird. You ask Mrs. Dustbuckle, and Madame Dustbuckle tells you that it is the houses on the left side of road as you're going up towards the mead hall, up towards the northeast there. All those houses on the left, those are all the loggers and the trappers, and that they're on that. That's the forest behind that. The forest is to the northwest of the town. So you can see on the map there, on the edge of the map, it starts becoming forest up there.
Yeah.
So that's where they're all heading out. So I think the trappers don't make as much as the loggers do here, because they're really well employed, looking after the mead hall, stoking the fires, keeping the bees and the gardens warm, the greenhouses as it were. So some of these smaller houses here, like this one, like a couple doors up from Dustbuckle's, or the smaller ones along there are probably trappers, and then the larger ones would be loggers.
Okay. Well, since I did, I did that very quick, very brief work for the loggers before I realized I was built like a string bean, and then went to go work for the trappers for a very short spell. So would I have a sort of sense of where which among them I could buy material from?
Absolutely. Yeah, you know which one of the trappers. Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, I will just, as pretty much when Garo leaves, I'll take 20 minutes or so, kind of stagger it out, hopefully, and then head over to the house that I imagine would be able to sell me that.
Okay. Yep. You knock on one, and you hear a voice inside. Hi.
Hello. I'm looking to procure some hunting material.
All right, just a moment. And there's a shuffling, and then the door opens, and there's a woman there, kind of like late 30s kind of age, red hair, freckles across her top of her cheeks and nose, and she's like pulling on a coat to be able to be standing in the doorway and have it open. Ah, one of them new ones, eh?
Hi, pleasure to meet you. I'm Mockingbird.
Ah, nice to meet you too, Cecilia. Cecilia Whitebuckle.
Whitebuckle.
Ah.
The pleasure is mine. I was hoping I could ask if you would be able to sell me some hunting material, some snares or traps meant for larger game animals, if you had such a thing in stock.
Well, I mean, most of the stuff I've got is what I use, day to day, out at woods and stuff. But to be honest, the hunting's a bit slim these days. And thanks for the follow. The hunting's a bit slim these days, and I've got some spare, to be perfectly honest. You'd be very welcome to take that off me, Hans.
Great. Thank you. Yeah, anything for larger game. Some of my compatriots and I, we plan to trek out soon, and can never be too prepared. And I'll smile at her.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me think. So are you after deer and the like?
Deer, axebeak, whatever happens to cross our path. Should we need to, of course.
Well, I'd be careful with the axebeak. They're usually in someone's ownership. But I mean, okay. Yep. I mean, oof, you might be able to even hook yourself up with a, catching some moose or the like, yeah?
That would be wonderful. Might I step inside? I don't want to chill your home too much.
No. Please do.
All right. And close the door behind me.
And I'm just looking at the player's handbook here. A hunting trap.
Take out my gun. Sorry.
A hunting trap is 5 gold pieces.
Oh.
But these are not new, so she will happily part with it for 3.
Okay. And what kind of trap would it be? Is it like a snare or like something to bind or?
She has
like a bear trap?
snares. Snares. I think snares would be sort of a bit different. That's a much that's a smaller thing. I don't know if they're in here or no. There's nothing in here. But that would be like a snare setup would probably be like 5 silver. That's like it's the cord and the mechanism for triggering that. And then the ones the bigger ones that were 5 gold pieces for 3 for you would be like a bear trap. The steel ones.
Great. Okay, I will take one of the bear traps then.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'll gladly part with the 3 gold and thank her for parting with it.
No, it's still in good nick. Don't worry, I kept them in good condition and well oiled and stuff when I'm not using them. So all the best, eh? And if you find any good spots, let me know, eh?
Oh, I will. I presume we might be in town sometime in the near future, and I will return and tell you of my successful hunt.
Oh,
and I'll just kind of do a small bow.
And maybe I'll see you around the meat hall.
Of course.
Oh.
A wink, and then I'll see you later.
Okay. And closes the door.
All right. I will make my way back.
Thank you. Right, so yes, that is done there, and you make your way back, and I think everyone and Mame, you are also heading to gather some things. Yes.
Yes, and so before I leave, I asked. This is the Spuckle where the general store is, where I could buy a white sheet or white cloak.
Okay.
Mr. Spuckle, where can I attain a white sheet?
She says, she's like, oh, you're thinking of putting a costume together for Liar's Night?
Liar's Night?
Yeah, Liar's Night's next week, isn't it?
Yes, Liar's Night.
That's
exactly why.
That's the Forgotten Realms Halloween. Yes, it's just a 10-day off, I think. Now it's on 30th. Let me think. Well, I mean, in town here, all the trade happens at the meat hall. That's what they do during the day, when they're not feeding and drinking people,
Oh, I see. And I'll be off on my way to the meat hall.
Right. So, yeah.
Then
be safe.
It's
awfully cold out there.
Oh, no worries.
I can't hear.
I jingled my foot.
Sabrina for some reason.
Really?
Oh, really?
I got it. Everyone okay?
I know. Everyone else looks like they can hear her. I couldn't hear her.
Oh. Sorry, I'm not sure.
Try rejoining the call, maybe, because I think we can all hear.
Okay, I'll be back.
This one doesn't have names on it. Oh, and she's right back. Okay.
Sabrina?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Thanks.
Excellent.
Hey, Verizon check.
Okay, tech goblins. So you you make your way over to the meat hall, and I think you pass Mockingbird in the street.
And then just like waddle my on my way to the meat hall, like gonna get a white sheet, Liar's Day, but not really. Gonna make a stealth costume for camouflage.
Indeed. Okay, it's like the Icewind Dale ghillie suit. So you make your way up round, curve round to the right there, and over to the meat hall, and the staff welcome you. They're like, Mummy, isn't it?
Yes.
Come in, come in.
Oh, excuse me. May I ask where I can obtain a white cloak or white sheet?
Yes, yeah, we have them. The hunters use that and stuff for staying hidden when they're out in the forest and stuff.
Oh, may I ask how much one is?
A cloak. Let's see here. I don't think I've ever used the player's handbook this much. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see here. Okay. So yeah, it's like 5 silver pieces for a full set of clothes, like common clothes. So I'll say it's a single silver piece.
Okay.
Well, I mean, this is just the basic one to go on over your winter clothing. But do you want the fur trim?
Yes, I will. So I'll.
That's
pay for
two
the
silver pieces,
fur.
please.
Hand over 2 silver pieces.
Okay.
Here you go.
And he gets you a voluminous white cloak, because you're quite small, aren't you? So I think
Yes.
like a regular kind of a regular folk's cloak would be pretty big on you, so would work rather well to cover you up. All right.
I put on the cloak. How
Thank
does it
you.
suit me?
Oh, you look wonderful.
Thank you.
I really like your plumage.
Thank you very much for your service. Oh, why thank you.
Keep it looking nice. You can dry out something rotten in this cold. So yeah, all the best. Take care.
I'll be on my way. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Bye.
And yep, you head on out. Now, all of you do your various bits and bobs, and we're kind of coming up on lunchtime. So the sky does very slightly lighten, and there is a slight grey, that kind of pre-dawn light to the sky. But the sun never rises, so it never goes beyond that. So you can see now when you're moving around.
That's good.
So, you will reconvene at the Dustbuckles or at your new abode?
Yeah, so, Gara, would you have led us to the new place since we met back at the house?
Muted, Abby.
I would assume so. That would be the easiest course.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, I'll grab the big guy. Let's go, big guy.
All right.
Like a little train through the snow. Toot toot.
Now, before we go, should we take Dustbuckle as well, Madam Dustbuckle?
Hey.
No.
In case he does come to this residence and doesn't find his target.
Why don't we just send her to the mead hall?
Good idea.
That's a great idea.
We haven't heard that he's killed like anyone. That
Yeah, there wasn't talk of any collateral damage. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
it's
That works
all
too.
been just his targets. I assume that he just knows where they are.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Great. So yeah, you drop off. Everyone heads up to the new spot there on the edge of town, and I think Ismay brings some fuel, kindling and the like from his mother's house, and he's like, here you go, get a fire started, will you?
All right. Oink. Make a fireball time. Woo.
Yes, Tom can get that started, no problem. Firebolt.
I have finished making the fire.
Quest for fire completed.
Oof. These old empty places. Oh, they're so chilly. Now, where do you want me?
Is there a second story to this building?
There's
Like
like
a loft.
yeah, there's like a loft space. Yeah.
Yeah, let's throw him up there.
I'll climb. Don't worry. I know you're a big fella, but I mean, I've been doing right for myself, so bit of winter
whatever
warming for my
floats
own sake, Now, I mean, they're not in town yet, right? I can stay down here with you guys for now, right? There's no need to me to go in there. Although, oh, hang on. I suppose now the fire's lit, that top bit will be nice cozy, won't it? Yeah, never mind. It's like there's a creaky wooden ladder here, and like this place is completely empty. There's just like cracked floorboards. You know, not dusty particularly, because you know there was a wind kind of blowing through where a shuttered window had broken a bit, and you do see some kind of animal droppings. You know, that looks like some birds have gotten into the loft space at one point and were taking shelter here, but nothing large. And yeah, the four of you find yourselves in the house there. So, what's the plan?
Well, if there's only the one loft up there, I guess that's a good place to make my noise at. So he'll pull out old trusty. Hey, fuck off.
Tried and tested. Tried and tested.
Tried and tested. And now anybody that if anybody, this is not an alarm spell. If anybody touches the ladder, it'll say, "Hey, fuck off."
Okay.
Is that the only access point to the loft? Is there any other staircase or any other like way on the outside of the building to get up there, or?
No.
Okay.
No, it's just.
So it's not like it's not a hayloft with a loft window.
No,
Okay,
no.
okay.
It was just they didn't want to waste that roof space, and they just put a floor across the top. Okay.
I mean, this is quite convenient.
Okay.
This was a good idea.
Now, when they arrive, what do you want to do?
Well, I'm good in melee, but I also have a crossbow.
Well,
So,
I think there might be a few steps between those.
No, but I'm saying, are we trying to ambush him, like surprise him? Like, are we gonna come out from corners, or are we just gonna let him open the door and be like, "Hey, what's up, fucker"? Like,
I would err towards ambush.
okay. So there's. Sorry, go ahead, Sabrina.
I could position myself on the roof or outside in the snow. Seeing as I have my new cloak, I could camouflage myself well in the snow. And because I am bird folk, I believe that the rooftop will be a good option for me because I can glide down after I make my attack if needed.
Tuln will
Get up there like a weather vane, girl.
Tuln will walk over to the ladder and sit down next to it and go like motionless and go, "Look, guys, I'm a suit of armor."
How convincing does he look?
Give me a performance check.
Do I have any performance? I have a 1 in performance. I have an 8.
An 8?
Yeah.
For some reason, that decorative suit of armor in this otherwise entirely empty room is shifting from foot to foot slightly.
Maybe we should find you a bed sheet. You could be an antique piece of furniture.
Yeah.
That's probably
I
a
was
good
gonna
idea.
say,
Didn't mean that insulting.
there's no cover in here then. So ambushing is kind of, other than like pop out of the corners, like.
Yep. There's the windows. There, as you can see, if you look at the building. Let's zoom right in here because these maps are super detailed. The building, so the door is at the northwest corner here. Okay. And then there is a small window by the door, and then there are other windows on those cross pieces there. So
and what's that in the back right there?
That's the chimney there. So that's just a solid wall with the fireplace in it.
Cool.
Yeah, right, Dufmula?
Would we have like half cover around the corner, or full cover?
If you're like in that little kind of one of those annexes.
Yeah, it looks kind of like naves in a church.
Yeah, exactly. So you could be on the sides there, or if you're kneeling in a window, that would give you half cover, if not 3/4.
All right. So yeah, I'd probably want to like kneel down with my crossbow aimed right at the door, we assume he's going to come in through the door, not the window.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, yeah, I'd want to hunker down.
Okay. So you just kind of
Or maybe the
keeping
south.
someone.
I'll take the.
That north window will be the best place to keep a lookout if you're going to do that, because that's the direction they'll come from. That road, is the one that leads to East Haven.
Okay, then. All right, I'll take that north little nave by the window.
Gotcha. And yeah, the rest of you are around. Tom probably close to the door. Yep. Now, you doing anything while you're passing the time here?
I will mention that I've been giving it some thought. I don't think luring is the smartest option, considering he seems to have some sort of magical sense in locating his target. If he saw somebody trying to lure him in, then that might alert him. So it's probably best that we all just wait here in order to ambush him more effectively.
Okay, I will refrain from singing.
Siren's call. Okay.
Yeah, I figured we were all just gonna wait for him to come to us, right?
Seems
Should
to be
I
the best course
position
of action.
myself inside or outside? Should I be with everyone? Should I get outside and camouflage to see who comes through the door while I'll take the back, y'all take the front when he comes in?
I would think inside, maybe. Because if he goes into the door, then you will be on the roof, and you won't have any line of sight to him.
Did you cover your mic?
Oh, sorry.
She's really come up muffled today.
Yeah, I would think
I can
inside.
position myself on the roof or outside in the snow, be a pile of snow, be one with nature,
Yep.
Okay, let's do that.
Yes. You are humble folk. That does make sense.
Now, Mame, can you give me a stealth check with advantage with your cloak, please? Let's see how well you manage to hide.
Oh, damn this Japanese keyboard. What's plus? Where is the plus?
It's on the left side. Yeah, there's the list of skills.
Okay.
In the meantime,
Wow.
wow.
20, not natural.
She is one with the snow. His snow maiden cousin.
Yeah, +4. It's pretty good.
You are now a penguin.
It's not 30. It is a non-natural 20.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, all the stuff. Okay.
In the meantime, the front entrance, is there like a porch, or is it just a straight lead up to the door?
There's a small roof over the door immediately, but no significant structure.
Okay. And is there snow in front of the door, or?
Yep. Yeah,
okay.
you probably had to dig it out quite a bit because it's had drifted up a lot when it was not being used.
Then after we dig out some of the snow from the front entrance, I would place the bear trap where, I would think this person would step while approaching the door, and then try to cover it up with a very fine layer of fresh powder snow.
Oh yeah, it's super easy. Yeah, there's so much powdered snow everywhere, and it's just fresh falling all the time.
Yeah, and then that's all I would do.
If you put it close enough to the building, then it won't, because it drifted up over a long time, but it won't do that very quickly. It wouldn't do that. It'd be a problem. Okay, excellent. So you are all very well prepared, and as the day goes on, Garo, Mame, you have to strain to see what's going on as the time progresses, because that short twilight period ends, and Dr. Crazy Slayer, thank you for the follow. You get harder and harder to see as that darkness comes in, and that it gets harder to see. But there is, there are a couple of larger beacons like at the entrance to town, marking the border and guiding people, because the trappers and the loggers and stuff that have to go out, they're not there. Oh, and all these follows. Thank you so much, Chase Summerfield. Thank you. And they have to get guided back to town. They're all and Peppa Pig as well. Sorry, Peppa Pig 888. Thank you so much. How do we start a hype train? I don't know how you do it. I've never done one before.
I think we all just start screaming, right?
Thank you. That's awesome. Thank you so much. So you see all of these. You see these people coming and going from time to time, but just single folk. You see one larger group that kind of gets your interest, and you're slightly concerned, like, oh, what's going on here? But it seems that it's a. Stop the cow punch, thank you. You see that it's a group of loggers coming back, and they're pulling a sled that's dragging behind them, carrying a large pile of fresh cut timber on the back. So you kind of relax again seeing that. But as the day wears on, let me just switch over to this here. You hear.
Maniacal laugh.
You hear. Yes, just the evil person has arrived. No, you hear before you see them the clink of harnesses and the pant and the occasional yip and bark of dogs. A good number of dogs. And Mame, you see first with your vantage points from the rooftop, and then Garo after that, you see that the caravan of Torgar has arrived. And there are 3 sleds being dragged by their teams of dogs through the snow. And there are 2 people on each sled, and you can see they're piled up with goods, and there's tarps over the top. And the one in the middle, you see, has a pole tall off the top of it, and flapping from the top of that pole as they slide gracefully across the snow of the road, you see a black flag with a golden wolf's paw as its symbol. And they sliding through the snow effortlessly, and they come into the town, come right past where you lot are, and you quickly run across to the front door window there to peep out, and Toln, you get a view as they come into view from your periphery there, and they slide into town, and they stop about here. Okay, just where this kind of open space is here. Oop, no, wrong place. Sorry. Yeah. And that open spot there, and you see a small squat figure that must be Torga jump off the sled, and she starts barking orders to the other members. And Toln, you see who can only be, without any shadow of a doubt, Cephik Cultural. Just immediately obvious in the fact that he's just there, leather waistcoat, short-sleeved shirts underneath it, no furs or anything whatsoever, whereas all the others are very heavily bundled up. And they start to pull the sleds to the side there, and they go over to this building. Where's my thing here? They go over to this building here. They see this small building. It's on the edge of town. And they seem to have some sort of arrangement. They seem to have used it before or something, and they start to put the sleds into that shed and they unhook the dogs and slide the sleds inside. And they start to unpack their things there, and they head off, tramping through the snow once they're all done. And they just start tramping through the snow and heading towards where the mead hall lies. dogs. Now, one of them stays behind. Again, you can't make out any details. They're so bundled up in all their furs, and they're just seeing to the dogs. It seems, and the dogs are all being tied up in their teams, kept apart because teams can kind of get a bit scrappy sometimes, and they are. Thanks, Tom. They are arrayed around that shed, and inside, the different things are hidden away. And Torgar, Sefik, and the other 3 head off towards the meat hall. Would you like to do anything whilst this other member is working with the dogs? Or are you just going to let him finish?
Toln looks over and says, well, we aren't supposed to go out there, but if anybody wanted a chance to speak with a member of the group, now would be the time. Though, it probably shouldn't be me.
It would be an unnecessary risk at this point.
Right, I don't think we want to tip our hand at this point. We should just keep hunkered.
Now, I think it's safe to assume that whoever is going to do, well, Sefik, when he does the killing, he'll come probably in the dead of night. Probably when most folk are asleep. So we might be in this for a little bit of a longer haul. I'll go up and inform Ismay. And I'll just start walking up towards the loft to inform him.
Oi, fuck off! So place a hand on the ladder.
Small sigh as I go up.
The alarm goes off. And you go there, and Ismay is kind of bundled up there in a bunch of furs. He's like, so, what did you see?
They're here. We saw the one who's after you.
Oh,
they went to the mead hall.
Oh, he's not headed this way?
Not at the moment, no. He will probably be coming later.
Oh, gods. It's a strange feeling when you might be on your last day on this mortal coil.
I wouldn't fret so much. We may not look like it, but I think you're in safe hands.
Well,
and I'll just kind of pat him on the shoulder.
Just you remember, there's 3 of my finest axe beaks in it. That's a small fortune, but they'll be well deserved if I see tomorrow's twilight.
I'll just nod, pat him on the shoulder again. Stay warm, and head down the ladder.
Oh, don't worry. This shivering's nerves, not cold.
When I get down to the bottom, I'll.
Oh, wait, fuck off.
Never gets old.
It works.
Should anyone check on Mame? Suddenly remembering that we have a comrade out there.
Gallus pops a colon on us.
Yeah, I've been kind of, because I'm right by the window, right? So the window I can kind of jiggle open, right? So I kind of stick my head out periodically, and I can kind of see the edge of her cloak kind of hanging off.
This I assume is after the last staff has wandered off.
Oh yeah. I don't do it when anyone's around. But before that, I've been kind of keeping an eye on her, making sure.
You just like pop out the window to see if Mame's okay. You realize the guy's still there. He's like, he looks over. He's like, all right. And you're like, shame about the killings, eh?
How about this?
Shame.
Mame is taking over town. Are you up on the roof for ulterior purposes, Mame? You're ruling from your roost up on high?
Chat knows things about Mame we don't know.
Apparently. Ulterior motives.
What?
So you are you gonna, once that guy's gone, are you gonna come back down, Mame?
Yes, and so I'm just like waiting for the moment. I'm just like, I'm hungry. I want some of my rations.
Okay.
And then, like, how long is it until he's gone? Or he's still there?
No, he's gone now. He's headed off after the others, wanting to get some food and drink after the long journey. It's about 4.5 hours from East Haven, Mockingbird.
Okay, and so I scuttle off the roof, off the side.
Yep.
And then I make my way to the front door.
Okay.
Up on the side and to the front door.
It's the front door?
Oh, through the window.
Yeah, I'm like, mommy, no, over here.
I think Tol just like cracks the door as you come like towards the door, like it opens. It's like, watch where you're walking. Yes, you step over where Mockingbird buried the bear trap.
Yeah, I would hope
yes.
I had communicated that.
Yes, everybody knows where that is. Don't worry.
Because I was just like, should I go to the front door? There's something at the front door. I know I shouldn't go to the front door, but why shouldn't I? Oh yes, trap. Okay.
Something. Okay. So you come back inside.
I was just like, what is that I'm forgetting? Okay.
So, what would you like to do? They have disappeared off in the direction of the meat hall.
Okay, so what should we do?
I mean, I assume if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. He's gonna come here, so we keep waiting. We've waited all day.
I literally don't need to sleep.
It's still early evening. It's not bedtime.
I mean, if somebody needs to take a nap, we can go in shifts. If we think he's gonna come at like 2 or 3 in the morning, we can do little power naps if we need to. Anybody sleepy?
I'll eat some rations and take a quick power nap.
All right.
Yeah, I'll shut my eyes if we've got watch.
Okay.
All right, me and
what I'm
Tom
here
will
for.
keep watch.
Yep,
and then we'll
taking
switch
turns.
out.
Okay. Well, I think Toln and one of the other 3 of you. So let me roll this dice. Okay.
I'm scared.
Surprise!
That's the idea. You wait and wait, and it seems like the newcomers in town are taking their sweet time and enjoying the warmth and hospitality of the meat hall. And after a couple of hours, you see who you assume is Torga, the dwarf owner of the caravan, stomping through the snow, bundled up in their furs again, followed by 4 larger shapes in the dark. Flickering lantern lights in the streets does show you that when they're coming. But all 4 figures walking behind Torga are bundled up as well, revealing themselves to be the regular staff members of this caravan. And all of them head into that house. Let me,
Like that shack?
they head into this house that's across the way there.
Okay.
That's next to the shack. And one of them lingers for a while, just checking the dogs are okay. Breaking the ice on their little water bowls that has already formed. And checking they're okay. But then they also disappear inside.
Sefik was not with the group.
Mm-hmm. And Mame, you were with Toln at this point. Mame, you feel a tap on your shoulder, and Garo looms behind you, offering to switch out. And Garo, yeah, you sit down and you get the update from Toln that nothing really has happened. But as you are sitting there, it's getting close to midnight at this point, by your reckoning. Excuse me. And as you're both sitting there watching the street, the lamplight is augmented and added to by a slowly developing, shifting green glow. Now, you both have been here long enough to know what this is. And sure enough, peeking out the window and looking up above the edge of the roof, you see the nightly aurora rippling across the sky in vast curtains of shifting green and light green, yellowish light. And you reflect once more, as you have so many nights before, how this is supposed to be Oral, the goddess of winter's wrath, riding atop her rock and casting the spell that will mean the sun fails to rise once again the next day. And the light shifting in the sky illuminates the snow in a very ghostly, kind of ghastly green glow. Then, Tom, you hear it. The crunch of footsteps. Looking down the road towards the mead hall's direction, you become aware of yet one more glow. Or rather, a pair of glowing eyes, as you see Sefik Cultural's ice blue eyes glowing way more than they had when they were arriving. Almost incandescent. As he strides meaningfully up the main road. He passes where the others are bedded down. A couple of the dogs stir, but he pays them no heed. He turns that corner and continues tramping up the road towards your small building.
He's
Alright.
like frantically pointing
Yep.
at, like pointing at Garrow, pointing out the window. Now is the time.
All right. All right,
Hearing
it's
the
time,
commotion,
y'all.
Mockingbird will probably wake up.
Yeah. So I nudge
I'll
mommy.
head back.
All right, mommy.
What's happening?
Time to do this. Rodeo time.
Okay.
All right, so you you heading out the front door or out the window? Going back to
I'm
the
heading out the window.
Oh, okay.
The window on the other side. where
He's
away from
really
the road.
close now, isn't he, John?
Yes.
Okay,
I'll-
ain't got no time, girl.
I
Tom.
go
and
out the window, up the roof,
Tone will like
stealthily.
put just back up against the door.
Against the door.
I'll
Mhm.
back
not
into
against the door. He's gonna like slowly walk quietly.
Okay.
And just kind of try to blend into the back. It's like, is there any cover in here?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a very small window against the looking out onto the main street there. So yeah, you can very easily get out of sight.
Okay.
But like, actually, like cover as in like a tactical sense, no.
Okay.
But you can't be seen from outside if you don't want to be.
Okay.
Mockingbird will try to find like a dark corner and take out his short bow and knock an arrow.
Take your pick. Yeah, they're all
Yeah.
good, all good and dark.
Okay.
Um,
I'll try to stealth too, just so I can get maybe like
please,
a...
give me that
Yeah.
stealth check.
Yeah.
Mame, are you going up on the roof again?
Yes. Do I take a stealth check or athletics?
Give me an athletics check just to see how well you clamber up onto the roof.
It's +0.
Oh,
My
there you go.
birdie.
Okay. So yeah, Mockingbird, you're very okay. Mockingbird, you're very stealthy. You're very, you're hidden. Like got your cloak and your furs kind of wrapped around you, just covered up that light hair of yours. And you do at one point, as you're all kind of nervously waiting, and you can hear the footsteps coming through the stone, you do hear a very slight as Mame finds a windowsill that wasn't iced over before, but as the night's gone on seems to have gone a bit icier. and there's a slight soft woof as they fall into a drift at the back of the house. No damage, you spread your wings quickly and kind of break the fall. But the footsteps stop. Is anyone looking outside?
Yeah, I'm on the...
All right,
the
yeah.
north,
Ton will take it. Yeah, he'll
You're gonna peek at the window?
He'll peek out the window just there.
Okay. You do see Sefik's blue eyes scan towards the building. Back again. And he starts to walk once more.
I'll try. I'll come
Well,
inside.
Mame, you see, as you pick yourself out of that snowdrift, you see the blue glow of Sefik's eyes, somewhat dimmed as he's looking away from you, as he walks out of town to the northeast.
I'm not moving.
That was
See how
that was him gone. he has moved away. He's walked out of town.
I go back.
Yep, inside.
I clamber back inside the window. Guys, he went out of town. He's out. He went northeast.
What was
no,
that noise?
I do require a dog just climbed out of swimming a shake to get all the snow out if ever there's a slight shower of snow at Garrow as Mame just like just gets all the snow.
Alright.
Should we go after him, or is this a trap?
If we go after him now, he could double back and kill Ismay while we're gone.
Tom, do you go to the north window as Mame says that?
Yeah, I'll go to the north window. Yeah.
He's still in sight, moving up the road. You can see him in the glow of the aurora.
I can see him. We can go now, and if maybe.
What does shake roll be?
Shake roll.
Dex.
Dex?
We have to make our choice now before we lose sight of him.
Yeah, he is gaining distance. You know, he's not moving very, very quickly, but just striding purposefully.
He'll, Tom will look back at the group. So what are we doing?
Are we all going together? We splitting the party? What are we doing?
There's no splitting. What are we doing?
I think we should go.
All right.
We've blown the ambush, but
Tone will open the window, and clamber out through the window.
All of you know, if you stay within Tone's view of him, with his dark vision, though the wind and the sound of the wind around you would mask any sounds of you following them.
Mm-hmm.
Unless he turns around and has equally good vision to Tolm, then he will not see you. And he will not hear you.
Let's do it.
Let's go now.
Okay.
Yeah. Out the door, or out the window.
Yep. Okay, so all of you...
I put my cloak back on.
Yeah, all of you wrap up in all your furs and everything and silently skip over the windowsill and land softly in the snow outside and pad over to the road, and where you can see, and the rest of you could just about make out if Tom points which way down the road. You can see in the green glow, and it's a beautiful sight. You just imagine just the hillside going over to the edge of the forest, and the snow on the trees of the forest, and then the vast expanse of the frozen lake to your right side. Just, covered in snow, the ice just covered in snow. All of it illuminated by this shimmering green glow from the sky. And then the light show itself above you. It's just, it's a breathtaking, even after 2 years for some of you of seeing this over and over, it never fails to impress. I just remember I was having flashbacks to when I was a kid and we used to get like proper snowfall, and in England, where I'm from originally, we have all the orange streetlights, and like just going out into town at night when it was like too snowy for cars, so there was no cars driving around, and just the whole town just being orange, just like the snow just being illuminated orange. It was so surreal.
It triggers me all the snow that I had to shovel growing up. I'm sure it's beautiful.
Hey, at least we're in Iwaki, not in Aizu.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how far away are we?
Like at the limits of your dark vision, so 60 feet.
60. Okay.
Right? You got 60 feet, right?
I think so. Let me double check the goggles. Yeah, 60 feet.
Yeah, and I think with the glow of the aurora, there is a certain amount of leeway. You do get some extra vision there as well.
Should we attack him?
At this point, I think he's aware that somebody has laid a trap for him, or at least he's more cautious.
Yeah, I would hazard a guess he may be luring us.
Well, I don't think he's had the time to lay any sort of trap or anything, and his comrades appear to be out for the night. I think this is going to come into outright confrontation, probably, but we might as well.
Let's not let him take us to his territory. Let's go.
Yes.
All right, we
And-
doing
That's right
this?
too. So yeah, as you chase after him, well, you're slowly making ground on him without wanting to alert him to your approach. You do see him go off the road. Now, Mockingbird, Gareth, and Tulm, you would know, having travelled this section of the road. Mame, you haven't come this way yet. You know that there is a river that comes down out of the forest and feeds into the lake. Frozen over, of course. But this river cuts across, and there's a simple bridge, the timber bridge across where the gully of the river is. And you see he's gone off the road where that river meets it, and he's heading to the left. Okay, he's heading off to the left towards the forest, towards where the river cuts through a bit of a basin almost in the craggy ground that breaks the snow here and there on the lake shores here. Do you follow him?
Yes, but also
But also.
shoot on 3.
Yeah, I was gonna say after we're heading into an ambush, y'all.
You've lost sight of him for a moment here because he's gone into the kind of broken ground and stuff where the river is.
Oh, okay.
Next time we have line of sight, might as well.
Perception on the perception on his for his snow prints. Make sure that they're not going somewhere weird while we're following him.
Okay, give me a survival check.
I'd be checking that as well, just making sure that there's no other footprints in the snow.
Just a 13.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll as well, or?
Everyone is welcome to have a go and keep an eye.
Survival. That's not great. Okay. Yeah. Yoink. So much snowfall.
Wow. We're all just kind of
Come on, Mame.
frozen brain right now. Oh, there you go.
14's better than me.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Literally one better than me.
Okay. You, Mame, you do manage to keep track. You've done all your investigative. You kind of head towards the ground. Beak, thrusting forward. You do see the tracks are leading up where this river does come down, and Tom, you catch sight of him again as ahead of you you hear the water actually start to move, and there is a section here where it's not frozen over because there is a small waterfall where it comes down from a slightly raised area, and you see him clamber up the rocks to the side of this waterfall and keep on heading straight as an arrow along the riverbank, heading upstream.
I have to climb these rocks now? Okay.
Do the rest of us do that, or is it just Tolm?
He's climbed these rocks. We, unfortunately, need to climb after him. I don't like climbing.
Yeah,
I'm
not
not
my
too
favorite,
bad.
especially in, snow and ice and. Oof. All right.
Colin will start climbing.
Okay. So, you get
I
to.
assume we're all.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. You catch up to the and the waterfall. The spray is quite stinging. It's stingingly cold as it comes off the slight waterfall there, and you clamber up the rocks. And there's enough handholds and things. It's not dangerous. So you do have to move away from the water a little bit, where the spray is just icing up. There's that beautiful ice effect as the spray is frozen layer upon layer, where this waterfall is coming down away from where the water is moving fast enough to keep it free. And you clamber up the rocks, and as you get to the top of them, there are a few scattered trees here, and you see this little basin, and you see the river flowing through the basin with big chunks of ice and stuff in it. And at the far side of the basin, there's another waterfall as it heads up higher. But Sefik hasn't got that far yet.
How far is he from us? Can all of us see him, or is it just Tolm?
You are getting glimpses of him through the trees. As he's moving ahead of you guys.
Should I throw fire at him?
Yeah, or can I just shoot like a crossbow bolt just to get his attention, get him to stop? Like.
Okay. Well, you start to aim, and you're kind of you're aiming towards him, and trying to catch get a decent shot on him.
I just want to hit a tree like near him that he may see, hear, and stop.
If he's, I put my arm up. Is he within 30 feet of me right now, or
No,
near
no.
that?
No, he's
Okay,
still
never mind.
a good 60, 70 feet away.
Yeah, I would pull out my short bow then.
So you all clamber up, and you're aiming and trying to get these shots, and trying to he's like disappearing in and out of the trees and clambering up onto a little raised crop, and you pause as you're about to take the shot, as you see the weirdest thing. Part of the aurora detaches and comes down in a snaking arc of green light. And as it comes closer, you start to hear a strange sound, almost like a discordant singing voice coming off this green glow as it spirals down from above you.
Does it come down towards us or towards Sefik?
It seems to be heading down towards him. Yeah, it's not directly going towards you. And as it comes down here, so I'm just getting you guys on the map here. Just give that a second to load. Ooh, come on, roll 20. There we go. So you're in the bottom center, basically. There, see your pictures there. And you've clambered up there, and can you see Sefik up here? If you zoom out.
Yeah, he's quite far.
Yeah, he's up ahead of you there. And he's up there on that little outcrop, where you get to see him, and you see this light arcing down. Now let me find this for you. Here we go.
Well, I think it's safe to say he has the home field advantage now.
Yeah.
He's certain that somebody's following him. We haven't exactly been stealthy about it.
Yeah, calling on the Frostmaiden, getting back up. So, good
I
times.
think it's safe to assume none of us have seen that effect, that light show that we saw just now.
Yeah.
I mean, other than maybe the dark mark over Hogwarts, maybe.
I don't know what you're referring to.
All right.
How do we
Yeah,
proceed?
this happens every Tuesday. But we should still kill him. I don't know.
Stealthily? Charging? There's many ways to go about killing.
I mean, I can hit him from here. I think.
Yeah, but the rest of us are out of range.
This is a good spot for me.
He could potentially, I don't know, cause something to make us fall off. Maybe we should go a bit further in.
I want to at
Away
least
from
be
the
on
water.
Yeah, let me show you this.
equal footing from him. It looks like he's going to an advantageous or a higher position. I don't want to be...
This little fella.
Oh god.
Ooh. Oh my
Oh god.
Aurora.
Oh god.
The dark mark.
Horribilis.
Aurora Horribilis.
Horribilis.
So, yes, this this snake of green light comes down out of the sky and heads down towards him directly, and he stops and he looks up, and his blue eyes, looking up towards it, right here, and he's waiting for it to arrive, and it comes out of the sky and comes down and just hovers and is snaking in the sky in front of him. And as it comes closer, you hear this strange, dissonant song emanating from the creature. And I need all of you to roll a wisdom saving throw, please.
Commanding 10.
Me too.
Yeah, I am not Wiz.
I know.
The proper way to say that is I fail.
So we have a 2, a 14, a 10, and a 10. Failures all around. Spectacular.
Yay!
I hope it's not a save suck.
Okay. As this dissonant, discordant song echoes around this valley, mingling with the sound of the rushing water, you feel it worming its way into your mind, and this aurora, this creature it's so beautiful. It's so mesmerizing the way it moves, the shifting lights, and all of you are charmed by the aurora's song. Now, I need each of you to roll me 2 seconds.
Yeah, Toln mutters under his breath, in Dwarven for those that speak it. Well, that's fucking beautiful. That's like one of the most beautiful fucking things I've ever seen. Look at it.
I agree in Dwarven. I'm like, fuck yeah. Beauty.
Okay, I need each of you to roll me a d10, please.
He's much more crass in Dwarven, for what it's worth.
I see. So was your doorknob in Dwarven as well?
No.
Okay, so
Well, I guess yes. Yes, it was.
I'm not looking at Roll20 right now. So what are the rolls?
Mockingbird 9, Tolm 5, Mame 2.
Sorry, I'm trying to get my 10 up.
No problem.
There we go. Maybe? Okay, I've got... Alright, I guess it's not gonna show
What'd you get?
over here, so I have to type it. Sorry.
No, just tell us. It's okay.
It's a 2!
A 2. Okay.
Same.
That's okay. So.
Magic.
Okay, so that means that Mame, Tolm, and Garo, all of you are just struck dumb by this mesmerizing light and sound, and you're all just stood there, staring, slack-jawed at this thing. Mockingbird, you are fine.
I'm just looking at the others, and they're just staring up into.
Indeed.
Are they reactive at all, or are they just zombie looking?
They're just staring adoringly towards this light. Now, you don't hear anything coming from the light itself, but you hear, even over the wind. Although the wind is a bit quieter here in this basin kind of area, and a bit ducked down below the edge of the rocks. You hear Sefik Caltro begin to talk to this creature. What do you mean? No, I did not have too much. A few cups. You hadn't told me what to do. You hadn't given me my target. I'm not allowed to enjoy myself. As he raises his voice to it, you see this shifting green light whoosh down and just pass through his chest and straight out the back of him and curl around in front of him, and he's like, do not worry. I'm fine. You do not need to discipline me. I can do what you want. Tell me, where is the cheetah? Point me in his direction so that I may deliver your justice and what is deserved to him. And the song kind of rises and falls again. And he clutches at his head. I see. Lady Aurel, your will be done this night. And he raises his hand, and you see, as the same blue glow that shines from his eyes extends from his hand, and a dagger of ice materializes out of the thin air. And he turns. I'm coming for you, Ismay Dustbuckle. And he starts moving towards you.
I've just been shaking Garo and Mame and Tolm this entire time. Is there any reaction from them?
I need each of you to make one more wisdom saving throw, please.
Do I need to?
Yes.
21. There we go.
Nice.
Hey!
Woo!
How'd you go? Sorry, I can't see.
2.
Garo got a 2. Or sorry, no, Mockingbird got a 2.
How'd you go, Garo?
Garo crit.
Yeah, nice. Stupid music.
7.
Mame, how'd you go? 7?
11.
11. Okay, right. So, Tull, Gareth, you managed to shake your head free of this bizarre, like, resonance. You're like, oh! And you're like, oh, what on earth came over you? You don't know why it was so taken in by it. Mockingbird, Mame, as we finish for the night, I need one more D10. And we shall be on our merry way.
Son of a... 8.
8?
2 8s.
2 8s? Perfect.
God. Yeah.
As Sefik Caltro turns to move towards you, and you want to dodge out of the way, and, prepare for his, approach. Mockingbird, Mame, you feel that song over and over in your head. It's coming from everywhere. It's coming from everything. You have to put a stop to it. It's particularly loud from Garo and Tom. They must be silenced. And as we leave this scene, Mockingbird and Mame pull their weapons and lunge for their friends. And we shall stop there.
Oh! Beautiful.
Alright.
Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you so much for all the follows. That's never happened. I was like, oh, what do I say? It's just like, bing, 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 bing. I get alerts, and the stream's got alerts. So it's just like, hello. Thank you so much everyone for dropping by and watching our little foray into Icewind Dale. And Mame, Tull, Gareth, and Mockingbird, thank you all so much. Well done. I love all the planning and getting everything sorted. sorry he give you the old cold shoulder and walks right by. But we shall see what happens as friend turns on friend, and the quarry that you sought to catch up with approaches you instead with his ice dagger.
Man, this is what we get for planning.
I mean, isn't that always the way? You plan, and then all hell breaks loose.
I thought you were going to follow them to the meat hall, but yes. At least you were in the part of town where you could see him leave town, so that was good.
We're like cautious. Okay, follow him. Let's go.
Now,
Follow me into the spooky woods.
sorry to leave you on such a cliffhanger, because it is over here in Japan, where we are all based, a national holiday next week. And I am going to be off with my little goblins at home, I'm afraid. So we will not be convening again for 2 weeks. But please come back and see what happens in this combat on November 10th. As we see what happens here. This week, if you're knocking around and have some free time, we have lots of Halloween goodies coming up. On Thursday, the Curse of Strahd group will be coming up against terrors lurking beneath the Blue Water Inn in Vallaki, where they were staying. And on Saturday, we have a special one-shot, because my Wednesday team, which is normally not streamed, is on their 2-year anniversary. We started with a one-shot on Halloween, which became a campaign that started on the Sword Coast and is now in Eberron. Has been shifting all over the spot. They, for their anniversary, are going to be doing a special one-shot playing entirely new characters, just for a one-off. Fresh from the Arcane Library, they've got an amazing Halloween bundle. And I know a few people were asking about the sounds and stuff and the ambience and stuff. We're using Sirenscape, which is lots of really cool stuff, lots of cool Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden specific sound sets that they've made. Not a sponsor, just a fan. But once again, thank you everyone, to the players and everyone that watched and came by, and we shall see you all back in Icewind Dale next time. Good night.
Good night, everyone.